Hey, welcome back to another episode of The Talk. I'm one of your hosts. I'm Uncle Anthony.
What's up with this? Your boy KC.
Hey, man, so you telling me that they done dropped the charges on Diddy?
Yeah, they dropped a lot of charges. I seen a couple on.
I don't know, bro. Let's kind of just dive off into this for a split second. Um, should he have a lot of them charges, man? I mean, I understand for the videotapes and doing stuff that's illegal to people without them knowing it
Trafficking
or
with
whatever.
here.
Yeah, but
You know what I don't like about the whole Diddy thing? If he get in trouble because he drugged people, or you know what I'm saying. If it actually is something to look at and shit, I get it. But like, from my understanding, like he in jail for being freaky. Fool. Like I don't get it.
yeah, if they okay, if they participated without their knowledge, then yes,
You know, I said if he is drugging the
bury
alcohol,
them.
he drugging the baby oil, or like whatever.
Yeah,
But
bury
I
them.
don't, like, you know what I'm saying.
But if you freaky, you know what I'm saying, you shouldn't pay the price. You freaky. Now I can understand them saying he'll put his hands on Cassidy or whatever, or Cassie or whatever. I can understand that too, but it kind of make you think about her too, though, right?
Yeah.
You stayed there so long, but now you decide to leave now. But then you was involved in a lot of stuff. Like for instance, like when she was with Diddy, she said when she was with what's the gentleman name? The other gentleman name? She with the other boyfriend. She would cheat on him with Diddy. She would go back to Diddy and still participate in the freak off. So is Cassie really as innocent as people trying to make her out to be?
Nobody is. And I got a question, and I'm glad you said that because I got a point with that too. If they free Diddy, should R. Kelly automatically be released?
I think, yeah,
Because,
yeah,
okay, and this is my point with the whole cast. Them parents to them kids not innocent.
no,
They sold their kids. When their money stopped rolling, they you know what I'm saying? They put them off. They just put the business out. And like, I feel like it should be all them mamas in jail right along with R. Kelly.
uh, now, do I think R. Kelly should pay for that? Yeah, but in some states, man, the parent can decide if a child can get married or not. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's right,
16. You know what I'm saying?
and I wouldn't dare, right? R. Kelly would have big problems on his hand approaching my daughters. You know what I'm saying? But in the same sense, right? In the same sense, them parents, man, like where is the repercussion for them? Like where where's the justice for the kids from them? Like they did it.
But even with the Diddy and all that, like, bro, like, I don't like how only the big people have to take the accountability for this shit. Like, ain't nobody else in jail but P. Diddy behind this shit. And I know for a fact he won't by himself in this shit.
No, you know you won't by yourself.
And you know, that's the
That's why
conversation we been
everybody shooting
about.
cross seas.
Yeah, and we know, so we ain't gonna get into the deep of this conversation because we know what it can cause. And we ain't gonna say no names and we not gonna elaborate. But I'm saying, like, I don't like how R. Kelly had to pay by himself, how Diddy had to pay. Like, I'm not saying what they did was right. Because when you big, you do have to pay the consequences when you the big name and all this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just like with Rico's and whatever. The Young Thug didn't have to do shit to get his hands dirty or whatever and do nothing. But he'll get in trouble simply because it's Young Thug. This your operation.
Yeah.
These your people. So, you know, being a big name is sometimes a downfall. But I just don't like how, like, only them people taking accountability for something that was a group thing.
Nah, I think if you did the crime, you should do the time. I think they should get round up everybody. Let's just be honest with it. They just round up everybody. And I think they only rounding up the big name people is because of their stature, like you said, they the big
And
time.
they want their press. They make their police station or the detectives and they make everybody look good when they get somebody like that.
But the
You know what
question
I'm saying?
is, right? The question is that everybody, a lot of people have been talking about is it's been ulterior motives about getting these people. It's been talking about for a while. This ulterior motive. It goes all the way back to Michael Jackson. They talk about
Fact.
the ulterior motive of Michael Jackson and trying to say that he was molesting and touching kids, which are allegedly, right? Allegedly, everything we're saying is allegedly because we can only base it off go while what we hear on social
Okay,
media.
so Michael Jackson, I seen something I was reading on Facebook, they had played a clip of Michael Jackson singing. You know when people passing out and shit. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And they was on there talking, and the guy was like, he wondered why blank. You know who I'm talking about? That why they wanted to kill Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Those people. And like dude said, like Michael Jackson catalog and Sony was so fucking big because he owned the half of it. That's Mariah Carey, that's Beyonce.
Yeah.
There's a lot of big artists. So if Michael Jackson could have got something, you know how much man, dude, like Dufo said, that man was the most powerful person in music, bro.
He was. How do
And
you
it's like,
sustain a business if you had like so let's talk about this in stocks, right? So if we both was trying to get a stock in the Talk podcast, right? We both got stock in the Talk podcast, right?
mm,
If I got 50%, you got 50%, then we both even. But if I got 90% and you got 10%, and I decide to pull out, then you lose. And so that's what was said that Michael Jackson was doing. Michael Jackson was trying to get his catalog. Michael Jackson wanted his own catalog. And if you got the guy that's bringing all the big bucks in, you know what I'm saying, and he trying to pull out, then your company go down real quick.
but I mean, you can do conspiracies all day, but like that's just something I don't get into. I don't
Allegedly,
need
that's allegedly, right?
because shit, Kobe, yeah, and you just leave it there.
Yeah, like with the Black Mamba lawsuit. You know what I'm saying?
You know, it's I always ulterior the motive though. I feel like Diddy probably was rebelling or something. Something was going on. Motherfuckers were rebelling.
Well, you know they said that all this happened after the lawsuit about the liquor. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So allegedly, right? Allegedly, we got to speak
Okay, so
allegedly.
granted be true though. The R. Kelly shit, the Diddy shit, it's everything they say it was true. What magnitude, like, what type of punishment should it be for shit like? And we could add rape and all this to it. Like, what punishment
Well,
do
you
you
mean
think?
great
Yeah,
breaching the
great.
guidelines?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, great.
What
You
type of
just
punishment?
you pick when you edit it though. Like, what is the punishment though?
I mean, R. Kelly got what 50 years?
50.
Yeah, I think he
Yeah,
got about 50
that's
years.
years. That's some years on.
But I don't think he even raped nobody. See, I think so. We got to get to the point to where we got to stop. You know, we got to really dig into the thing because
I only say great because of the age. Until you know what I'm saying, we know what's going on, but until like they give the parents some blame, that's what it is for right now. You know what I'm saying? The age making it.
that's what yeah it is. It ain't right. Don't get me wrong, it ain't right, and I don't approve of it at all. But I'm like, okay, justice is due all around the board, and I mean, what's a reasonable time? I mean, 50 years for all the stuff they say he did. I kind of think there might be justice. Um, if that's allegedly if he did everything that they say he did, then yeah, you do the crime, you got to do the time. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah, I'm
if it's
probably
because of the stuff that they say that he did, he got the 50 years, then I would say that's reasonable, right? Because you did the crime. But you know, some skepticism based off if that's really why he got the 50 years.
okay. So me and Charles were talking about something the other day, and he had an interesting point of view about things. He said if someone is sentenced with rape and the evidence proved and all that, he said he think motherfuckers should instantly get the death penalty.
No, I don't think I think they might be a bit far, right? The death penalty is a bit far. I think they might be a bit far. Going to jail and paying the consequences? Oh hell yeah. No shot of a doubt. No shot of a doubt. Ain't no taking bond, going on probation, getting put on the sex offender list. None of that. You should go straight that way.
I
But
feel
the
like
death penalty, I think that's a bit far. I think the death penalty, um, killing, deleting. Sorry, YouTube, deleting somebody without being in a situation of protecting you or your family.
yeah, but I do feel like, but I feel like even in any of those situations, bro, I don't like the death penalty simply because I feel like that's getting off easy sometimes.
Yeah, that, yeah.
I want you to sit in it bit and think
and
about
suffer.
everything you did, bro. I want you to go through this shit. Like, that's getting off
I can see
easy.
that. I can see that.
Like, you ain't got to constantly think about it or nothing. Like, it's the easy way out, bro. It's just like suicide for people. Like, it's the easy way out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Death is, you know, like, we don't supposed to, but you know, everybody fear death. You know what I'm saying? In a way. Like, don't nobody want to be dead. Like, let's put it like that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like, bro, if I done did some trauma, you know what I'm saying, some stuff that cause trauma to people, because anybody with a heart, you know what I'm saying, to play on your mind and your conscience, I want you to sit there and think about this shit.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't want you to be dead. It's over.
You need to pay that consequence. That life behind bars, man. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, life behind bars. I'm not encouraging jail, right? I'm not encouraging jail at all. But I mean, if you do the crime, then it's justice. It fits. You know what I'm saying? You chose that path, so you got to deal with what comes with that path. But yeah, I'm not pushing jail on nobody. But if you choose to go there, you choose to do the crime to go there, then you need to go. But if the crime don't fit, right? If the crime don't fit, you didn't obviously 100 generally, you didn't commit the crime. Then I don't feel like, cause you know, you got so many people that's falsely accused of great that's in jail right now that didn't do it. So
Facts.
with that being said, let me ask you that question there. Um, if a person got falsely accused of rape, do you think that the accuser should do the time that the person was given?
You know, because I'm gonna tell you why I feel like it should be why it should be. Because I don't like, we done seen shit. People get falsely accused of shit. They find out it ain't true. They get them all this money when they get out. But like, I can't get my time back, bro. It's a dude did 30 years. They got him $5 million when he got out. Like, nigga, I did 30 years already.
Yeah, my life gone. Like my
Yeah, you know
freedom,
what I'm saying? Yeah,
I
rich,
done missed
yeah,
so
well, but
much. Yeah, don't even say if he had kids. 30 years, your kids grown for something you didn't even do, and then
and,
I'm
and,
trying to
and
prove to you I didn't do it.
the worst part of it all, you can't ever get this shit off your name, bro.
No, you can't. The damage is
That's just
done.
a couple things, bro. You cannot clear it free from it. Being fruit, fruitcake,
Yep.
grape, you know, iller.
Yeah. A deleter.
Some stuff you cannot get off your. I don't know for what you do. That folk can come out and say you was not guilty the next day, and man, people gonna pin it on you, bro. Dude did this, bro. Like, I can't clean my name back, so for that, I feel like it should be consequence. Maybe not the time he was gonna give me, because it's crazy, you know.
No. You sent me here. You put me here. You willingly knowing that I did nothing of the sort to you. You willingly knowing you took and made the decision to go down there and say that I raped you or did whatever to you to get me this time. I need you to do this time that they gave me. Equal rights, right? That's what they fighting for, right? They fighting for equal rights. That's equal rights. Is that not equal rights?
Yeah, but you
You
know what I
you
seen
you
though.
get the time that I got.
You know what I kind of seen though, and I felt, bro. I don't know if you watched the guy Dre in Dallas that do food reviews.
No, no.
So it's a dude from Dallas. He do food reviews and stuff. And it was around the time that the Diddy stuff was fresh and new, whatever. And he said something that kind of stuck with me though. He was like, everybody run around and you know, and they talking about they need to get Diddy, but like don't nobody have this same effort or this same sense of
Energy.
urgency when it's people in their family that's doing it.
Yeah,
And I think a
yeah.
lot of people ridiculing him in the comments, like, how can you be mad? That's real shit, dude spit. You don't want your brother or your cousin or whatever to go to jail. But you know what I'm saying, you ready to send Diddy though. You want them to get him 100 years, but you don't want to realize and be, you know what I'm saying? And like, it's going on in every family, bro. Like, let's be real, bro.
I think it's because they hold them to a higher standard. But
Right.
I'm with him. I'm with him. I feel if you do the crime, man, you go do the time. I mean,
Yeah, because they were
if you
killing
go
him
do
in
the
the
crime,
comments.
well, you go do the time.
They were killing you defending Diddy and woo, woo, woo. And like dude said, bro, I'm not defending Diddy. I'm just saying, bro, y'all had this same energy with these people. Y'all not doing this shit I heard.
They ain't you know why they're not gonna do that? They don't get no fortune and fame for turning their family in.
Nah, fact.
They
They don't
grab
want to be
fortune and
hated. Them
fame for
though.
talking about Diddy. You get fortune and fame for talking about Diddy. We talking about Diddy right now. Somebody gonna be on our podcast like, you know what, you right. But They don't get no fortune and fame. As far as I know of, I don't know nobody in my family that's doing it. But if I did, you got to go that way, partner. I'm sending you that way. You can
How
call
do
me
you
a
feel
snitch.
about?
You can say whatever you want to say. If I don't handle that myself, I'm gonna mess around, handle that myself, and still send you that way.
Do you feel retaliation is stupid?
Do,
Like, say for
that's a good
instance,
question. That's a good
and do
question.
that and deleting somebody. Do you feel like that's dumb?
In what context though? In what context?
Say, okay, okay, so your kid come to you, daddy, whatever.
It's over right there. You said my
Okay,
kid. You
so
might not need to use my kid.
but you know
I'm a
what I'm saying? Your
diehard protector of
kid,
my
your
kids.
nephew, your
I'm a diehard
nieces,
protector of my family.
your family. Just I'm saying, like you got to use that because like it's different. It's you know that's what's really the truth. You know what I'm saying? So whatever they come to you, do you wait for a minute? You know what I'm saying? And try to collect your thoughts, or do you off instinct or off of the motor? You know, off the you know what I'm saying? Off the adrenaline of what you learning about.
Now the question would be right. The question would be, what's the context behind it? Like, what's the offense?
I
Because
can say this, right?
how I react, how I may react, is due to the offense, right?
Mm.
It's due to the offense. Like if somebody uh, grape one of my kids, then my reaction to that might be totally different if somebody just pushed one of my kids down.
No, great. I'm talking about like severe stuff, like not.
Now, now, if we talking about severe, then that person might not make it to see the judge. You better call Jesus and tell Jesus he about to have the company.
Yeah, and see, like I'm a person. I'm the type of person. I'll be honest with myself in the moment, cause you know I got a baby girl. You know what I'm saying? And it's so easy to be like, man, I'm gonna collect my thoughts and I'm gonna
No,
let the judge handle it.
no.
It's easy to say, but I do feel like retaliation is dumb though.
I
It's
think
dumb.
I think so let me answer that right quick. Let me answer that right quick
Mm,
before you go into yours. I do think retaliation is dumb to a certain degree.
mm.
To a certain degree, I feel if you decide to do certain things to kids, um, elders, my family, you gotta expect for me to come get you. You gotta
Right.
expect that. You gotta expect it. It depends on what you do, depends on the road of the retaliation. Now, retaliation can be sending you to jail. The retaliation it can be, making sure you pay the consequences of your actions, right? But I think it goes more on the severity of things depending on the retaliation. If you go and you do the utmost, then I'm gonna come at you with the utmost. But if you go and you do the most, then I'm gonna come on and do the most. So I think retaliation depends on the offense. And my way of handling it and my way of retaliating depends on the defense.
Yeah, and see, this
Yeah.
the thing. Like, this is some advice I give people. And this is my whole point. Like, this advice I would give, but this not me saying what I would do. So I don't want to be a hypocrite at all in this moment. I'm just being real, bro. Cause ain't no telling that my daughter came and told me something like me just knowing who I am and know what I do, bro. I'm gone. Like, let's be real about it. You know what I'm saying? But this some advice I would give though to people out there. It's two scenarios. You catch it yourself. Hey, do whatever won't send you to jail. Cause see your kid to take two losses.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
stuff that happened. See, if I come in and I catch it, I can kill it. What delete that person
yeah,
because I'm protecting my child. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
It's a way better chance of me getting less time or even not going to jail at all.
Facts.
But my kid come tell me it's premeditated. I'm going to jail for sure. I'm doing time for sure. And that's what you got to think about, though. So I feel like the police is the best option. I know it's me. Everybody ain't called no police, bro. You can't be too gangster to be smart, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Because now,
You can't
when you
lose.
go when you do something premeditated and you go kick or delete somebody, you told my fault game, but when you go and you delete somebody, now your kid done got whatever happened to them, and now they ain't got no father no more.
Facts.
But like I said, I won't tell nobody how to react. Like I don't even know how I react.
You
Cause I
can't,
might
and you know what, KC, you know what? You got so many people that say what they'll do, but you don't know what you would do in that situation if you've never been in that situation. I can't tell you that I won't hit a donut in my truck. If I never hit a donut in my truck, I might just peel a donut in my truck.
facts.
But if I done did it before and they tore up my rear end in my truck before, then I'd probably be like, nah, you know what? I'm not going to do that, man. I know because I know the consequences behind it. So you can't say you ain't going to do something that you never did before. If you've never been in that situation, then you can't say you ain't going to do it. Only thing you can say is, hey, listen, I hope that I'm in the right mind to make the best decision possible so that I can get the best outcome possible in that situation. But other than that, bro, I can't sit up here and say that I won't go to the ultimate measure if the ultimate measure happened. I can't say I won't go to the other level. I'm an OG crash out, man. I am a OG crash out, man. I do without thinking sometimes. And so I got to keep myself in a situation to where I don't put myself in that position. But if I didn't never was in a situation to where I knew I was an OG crash out, then I'll crash out about a whole lot of things. But I don't
Facts.
crash out about a whole lot of things because I've already experienced it first. So now I can say that certain situations I think first. Certain situations I pull myself away from it first. But I can't say that about everything, especially situations I've never been in.
You know, and it's another thing. Like I don't want to come off as like, cause I don't want to make the parent to blame for some shit happening. But like at a certain point, we do got to take accountability though. Like, cause like we got to be held accountable just for. You know, you can't watch 24/7 though. But you know what I'm saying. It's certain situations you have to put your kids in. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why, like what we talk about on another podcast, it's so important to make your kids comfortable enough to talk to you about shit.
Facts.
Because it could be happening so long, but if I'm scared to talk to you about simple shit, I'm not finna come to you with this.
Yep.
Like you know what I'm saying? And it's like, man, it's just like with me, man, I watch my daughter move. I ain't gonna fake it. And like I said, I can't watch her forever. I can't always be there. Daddy can't always be there. You gotta work. You gotta grind. You know what I'm saying? They gonna want their own life. You know what I'm saying? It just comes to a point where you know you can't be there. But it's like, man, it's important to just like be in tune with your kids, know your kids. Like, I feel like if you really know your kids, you will see a difference. And that type of shit change people, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, man, I feel like you should notice a change in your kid. You should notice. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just certain shit. Like, cause that shit'll grow you up fast. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure it'll grow a kid up fast.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
You most definitely notice. Well, let's say you supposed to as a parent, and life sometimes get hard, but you supposed to as a parent, you're supposed to notice your kids the change in action, like the kids that's depressed. Like you should notice, like it should be this almost sixth sense to where when you come around your kid, you should be able to kind of feel when their energy is off because you've been with them for so long that you should study your kid. Like you should be that involved with your child that when their energy is off, you could walk in the room and be like, "You all right? You good?"
It's clockwork.
Yeah, it should be clockwork. Like I can
And
walk in any one of my kids' room, right? And I'm not the Superman of dads, right? I got my flaws. I'm not Superman of dads,
all this
but
shit.
but I study my kids to know to where I can walk in their room and if their energy is off, I'm like, "Are you good?" And if they want to talk about it, they be like, "Hey, Dad, woo 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 woo." But if they don't want to talk about it, they be like, "I got it, Dad. I'm okay." And I'd be like, "Okay, well, if you need me, you know where I'm at." You know what I'm saying? So we need to be more in tune with our kids instead of just allowing them to just run free and conquer this world.
Yeah, and then like time men that dealt with like, you know what I'm saying? Shit like you can't be scared to be vulnerable, bro. Let that shit out, bro. You gotta cry. You know what I'm saying? If you gotta cry, like, cause you know, like I feel like for a man, it'll turn a man like instantly. He'll try to be hard.
Yeah.
It's like, man, that ain't the way to heal from shit. Like, that's not the way, bro.
Well, I'm like the cop on Cloud and Meatball too. Remember when he was dropping that tear? He told that tear,
Mm-hmm.
"Get back in there." That's me, bro.
Yeah, but it's like, man, like holding shit don't really heal. Like you don't heal when you holding shit in, and that's why I always say, as a parent, we don't want our kid to come talk to us. But my advice to the kid, bro, man, talk to whoever make you comfortable.
Facts. Because
Like, yo,
sometimes daddy don't do it.
if your parent don't do it, man, you know what it is. Like, they might not gave you that. You know what I'm saying? And it's, but okay, cool. Say let's do this then. Say for instance, right? My daughter feel like she couldn't talk to me, but you her safe place though. She can talk to her. She can call her. Do you feel like it's your job to tell me, or you gonna still wait and get that kid the opportunity?
It depends on what it is.
Yeah.
It depends on what it is. If it's something that I'm like, okay, hey, bro, we gotta handle this. We gotta handle this. She would have to understand that uncle is doing this for the best interest of her. But if it's some stuff to where it ain't severe, right? And
Mm.
I can try to encourage her, like, okay, you need to go talk to your dad. Like, you need to go and sit down and have a conversation with your dad, so your dad can help you figure things out. Uncle is gonna be here. Uncle here. I'm always here. You need to go have a conversation with your dad. But I do gotta let you know that at some point, if you don't have a conversation with your dad, at some point, I'm gonna have to talk to your dad about it because your parents need to know. So severity things, oh no, I'm coming right off the bat. I'm coming off the bat. Severity things, grade, molestation, anything of that sort. I'm coming right off the bat because we need to take care of this immediately. No, ain't no waiting, ain't no hesitating. But things that's not severe, nah, I wait and let her talk to you. I give her some time, but if she don't do it after a certain amount of time, then we have to have that conversation. But that also depends on what that is too. Now, if it's some stuff to where it needs to stay between just me and her, but it ain't severe, it ain't nothing that I feel like that you need to worry about, but it's just some stuff that she dealing with, that she just needs some advice from my uncle, then it's
Mm.
gonna stay between me and her because I need to still keep her trust too, right? You know what I'm saying?
And so this they
Yeah,
matter.
I still need to keep her trust too. But if it's medium, then I'm gonna give her time and encourage her, like, hey, you need to go talk to your parents. If it's a high, if it's severe, I ain't giving no time. As soon as we get through talking, I'm hitting you up like, hey, we need to handle this. Like, we need to get on this right now. Like, we need to do this now. Ain't no she can not forgive uncle and not come talk to me no more. At least I know in my heart that, hey, we took care of this. I didn't leave her to keep dealing with this. Later on down the line, she'll come back, she'll rethink about it. She'll be like, okay, I can appreciate uncle moving in that fashion and in that way. But if I don't move in that fashion that way, then it's like, okay, I told you, but you didn't do nothing to protect me.
Yeah, and you betrayed said whoever the parent is in a way.
Facts. Facts.
Yeah, and
So
it's like, you know what I'm saying, as we wrap up this podcast right here, you know what I'm saying, you don't want to dive too deep. Like, what advice, you know what I'm saying, do you got for like the parent, like parent or victim type shit?
and the advice that I have for parents is, like I said previously in the podcast, hey, let's get to a point to where we normalize knowing our kids. Like, we don't have to know their every beck and movement or everything that they go through, but we do as parents. It is our job to lead and guide them around potholes. My favorite saying to my kids is that my job is to lead you around the potholes that I fell in. It makes your life so much more easier if I can help guide you around, stuff that I already feel in. If I already feel in that, then why would you fall in it? Why would I allow you to fall in the same potholes and make the same mistakes that I made when I can help try to guide you around their mistakes, which will make your
Facts.
life so much easier down the road? So as parents, we need to get back to normalizing spending time with our kids, talking to our kids, having conversation with our kids, and getting to know our kids. And we can't be no scary ass parent to where we allow our kids to run over us. We are the parents. You are the parent. Step up and be the parent. The kid needs your structure. And if
Yeah,
you don't know how to do that, then go get help because your
and you know
kids
what?
depend on it.
And you know what though? You know one thing I do hate though? And see, people take this shit the wrong way. People don't know how to separate bullshit from real shit.
Yep.
Me being my kid friend is a no.
I
I
know,
don't
no.
got to treat my kid bad. I can love my kid. We can have fun together. But I'm not your fucking friend
Nope.
at all. It's
Nope.
certain something I'm not gonna do with my kids, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's just certain I'm not gonna do until they get grown. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nothing wrong with Like if I have a drink with my son or have a drink with my daughter when she's of age.
Yeah,
You
for
know what
sure.
I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with that. But as you growing and I'm raising you, even when you get grown, like bro, you gonna realize I'm not your friend.
Well, you already put that there. You know what I mean? You already established that. You established
But
that at a young age. The good book said, raise a child in the way they're supposed to go and they won't depart. They might stray away, but they're gonna eventually come back to that
yeah,
teaching.
too many people want to be that cool parent though, and it ain't your job, bro. They
That's because
gonna go make friends. You know what I'm saying? Huh?
that's because too many parents trying to live vicariously through their kids.
Thanks.
Yo, whatever you did with your life, you got to move forward. You can't go back and try to live this childhood through your kids. You got to allow them to be their own person. That might
Thanks.
come with some challenges. Some parents got to deal with their kids, deciding to go on the other side of the track. But you as a parent got to be there to try to support them
Yeah.
through it all and
That's why I
guide them
say,
through it all the best you can.
and that's why I say, if we get to the point where you know what I'm saying, you trying to be okay, you need to go get you some friends. Go find you some friends
Yeah,
because
that's pretty what it is.
you can't tell your kid, you can't say the shit and your action don't match because you'll confuse the two. You can't confuse your kid, bro. One day we can talk and you know what I'm saying, we play fight and then the next day I'm your mama. Ooh, man, it don't work like that.
Well,
Cause
it, it
you know
do
your
it do
kid.
with it do with structure, nephew. It do with
No,
structure.
I'm just saying the one that want to be that kid's friend. You
Oh
can't
yeah,
turn off
yeah,
and on. Ain't no off and on. Cause to the kid, you know what I'm saying. Once it started, it started.
right, right,
And
right,
that's why a lot of kids don't listen to them.
right,
But
right.
they're like, shit, you know what I'm saying? It be cool, and you know, so I do what I want to do around you. Then, like, when
When other
somebody
people
come to
come
my house,
around, yeah,
or it's embarrassing or something, you expect me to be. And you know, some people
right.
is though. Like some people do got enough common sense, to be like, okay, cool, we got company, I'm chill. But shit, some kids don't. Mhm.
That's because they not required to do it. Like your home is the learning place, right? And we, like I said, we are gonna run this on because we can go with this all day. The home is the learning place for the kid. You teach them what they need to do in society at home. And so if they do it at home, they comfortable enough to do it at home, then they're gonna be comfortable enough to do it out in the street. And so you got to explain that to them at home. You got to teach them at home. Like you free at home, right? But it's certain things at home you're not allowed to do. You teach them at home when they go out into the world, they don't look to do it. Like some people like let their kids drink at home so that they don't have to worry about running out into the world trying to experience that out in the world. If I can let you experience that here in a safe place, right? Now, I'm not advocating for kids drinking, right? When I say kids, let me specify. When I say kids, I'm talking about teenagers, 18, 19, 20-year-olds. That's what I'm talking about. By law, take it. I stay in Texas, so by Texas law, my kids are allowed to drink in the safety of our home with a parent by law.
Let's be realistic though. It's going on. Like you
It's
know what
going
I'm
on
saying.
anyway, right?
Let's be realistic.
And I'm not saying I support it. I'm just speaking on the generosity of the podcast of what we're saying. But what I've said with that is to put out that example is that structure. Structure. You as the parent have to guide the kids. You can eliminate a lot of that stuff by being a structured parent and guiding the kid. That's all I'm saying. If you want like the clubs, you kids first time they go to the clubs, they go on to know sometimes go with their friends. You got to
Yeah.
guide that. They go out and party. You got to guide that. You got to have rules and regulations.
Yeah. And then one thing I want to say before we cut this off, you know what I'm saying, we end that bit, man. It's like, man, anybody out here, you know what I'm saying, take the time to watch our shit, bro. If you don't got no safe place, nobody to talk to, bro, you can hit me up, shit. Now, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got all the answers in the world, but shit, you know, so I listen. You know what I'm
Agreed.
saying?
Agreed.
It's real, like, cause man, some people don't got a safe place. Like some people watch podcasts to get through their pain and shit, and a lot of people don't make themselves available to people. You know what I'm saying? And like, so I'm one of the people, man. You can swing my door. I ain't gonna guarantee I hit you up immediately, cause life, you know what I'm saying? Life be going on, but
Oh yeah.
like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just need a safe place. Shit, hit us up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Text the podcast, tell them know what I'm saying, comment something, bro. We know what I'm saying, we'll chop it up, bro. And we know what I'm saying, we comment to every comment. We down there agree to well, we reply to every comment, dog. Like, you know what
Oh
I'm
yeah, yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah. We
At
we we
least like it or something,
we
so shit,
we
we
apply
act
or like it. We apply or like the comments. We
back.
are reading the comments. We are active in the
Yeah,
comments.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we are active in the comments. But also here you can hit me up. if you need that safe place and I can help you out, you can hit me up at Uncle Anthony on Instagram and TikTok. And I'm gonna change my Facebook to Uncle Anthony, so it'll be on Facebook too.
Yeah. You can just hit me, Big Homie KC1 on Instagram, Big Homie KC22 on TikTok. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we're gonna get up out of here, man. Go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, and that notification bell. Like I said, hey, this is another one for you. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get on out of here, man. Y'all have a great day or a great night or whatever it is in your time zone. Hopefully we try to get around the world. Peace.
Thanks.